if L has a property that every string in it has two regions and these two regions must bear some relationship with each other, then the two regions must be generated in tandem. Otherwise, no way to enforce the necessary constraint. So, two simple ways we have to generate the strings. First one is to generate a string with multiple independent regions in some fixed order and do not have to correspond with each other. Then we go for concatenating the concatenation, that is A tends to BC. Region B represents one region, region C represents one region. We go for writing the separate rules for B and C, then we go for concatenating it. Another way to generate a string with two regions in some fixed order and that must correspond with each other. At that time, we go for generating outside in. So, using these two ways, let us go for designing some context free grammars for the given language. In the previous session, we have seen if I have a language consisting of C raised to n where n is greater than or equal to 0, then what are the possible strings in this language? If summation is only C, possible strings are if n is 0, epsilon. If n is equals to 1, then I have 1C. If n is equals to 2, I have 2C and so on. Then what will be the context free grammar? So, here I will just write the rules required, not the complete grammar. The rules are C tends to first string, since it is epsilon, C tends to epsilon. Next, I may have one or more number of C's. So, one or more number of C's can be represented as C. So, if I want one single C, then go for the first rule and then apply second rule as epsilon, will get 1C. Similarly, 2 times call C and third time put epsilon, you will get 2 C's and so on. Then next language we discussed summation as AB, A raised to n, B raised to n where n is greater than or equal to 0. What are the possible strings in this language? We have discussed in the previous session epsilon, AB, A raised to 2, B raised to 2 and so on. And the rules for this are S tends to A, S, B or epsilon. Even we have seen one more language W, W raised to R, summation the same where A and B whole star. Then what are the possible strings in this language? Epsilon, AA, BB, AB, BA, BA, AB and so on. It is nothing but a palindrome. W, W raised to R. And the possible rules we wrote in the previous session are S tends to A, S, A or B, S, B or epsilon. So, these languages, simple languages we have written in the previous session. Now, for applying these two ways of generating the strings, let us go for writing a language wherein I have A raised to n, B raised to n, C raised to m where n comma m are greater than or equal to 0. What I am doing here, your language 1 and language 2 are being concatenated. Language 2 is A raised to n, B raised to n and language 1 is C raised to n. And if I go for concatenating these two languages, what are the possible strings in this language? If n and m both are 0, then epsilon. If m is 0, then I will get AB. If n is 0, then I will get C. If both are 1, then I will get ABC. If n is 2 and m is 1 and so on. So, these are the possible strings belonging to this particular language. If you see this language, the strings in this language are of two portions. Portion 1 belongs to a raised to n, b raised to n. Portion 2 belongs to c raised to m. So what we do is, we go for writing for a raised to n, b raised to n one non-terminal, for c raised to m another non-terminal, and then go for combining both of them. So what will be the rules? S tends to a first part followed by or concatenated with b, that is second part. Now what is a? A is a raised to n, b raised to n. Already we have written the rules. A tends to a, b, or a tends to epsilon. And what about b? B is c raised to m, that is language 1. So language 1, b tends to c, b, or epsilon. If I go for deriving the string, say I go for deriving this string, I need a, b, b, c. So how to derive? By using these rules. S derives a, b. Now this a, I will replace it by a, b, a, b, this b as it is. So again I will apply the same rule. A tends to this a, b, b as it is. This a is replaced as a, b. Now I will apply a tends to epsilon, so I will get a, b, b, and this b as it is. Now I will apply b tends to c, b, so I will get a, b, b, this b as c, b, and next time when I apply epsilon, I will get a, b, b, c, b tends to epsilon, so I will get the string a, b, b, c, c. So this is an example for concatenation of two separate regions which are in sequence. We will go for one more example of concatenation. A raised to I, b raised to j, c raised to k, where j is equals to I plus k and I and k are greater than or equal to 0. Now what it states? I have a raised to I, b raised to j, c raised to k, and according to the rule, the number of b's must be equal to number of a's and c's. So if I go for substituting a raised to I, so j is equals to I plus k, b raised to I plus k, c raised to k. This is nothing but a raised to I, b raised to I, b raised to k, and c raised to k. So again if you see here, I have two portions concatenated with each other, that is a raised to I, b raised to I, and b raised to k, c raised to k. So again how we can write? Take this portion as a, this portion as b, and then S tends to a and b are concatenated. So first you will be having a, then concatenated with b. What is a? A is a raised to I, b raised to I, that is nothing but your language 2. A tends to a, b, or epsilon. And what is b? B tends to b, c, b, b, c, or epsilon. So this is the grammar written for a raised to I, b raised to j, c raised to k, wherein again we are concatenating two regions. And if we go for deriving a string, so we can go for one string here, a, b, b, c derivation. Yes, starts with deriving a, b. A, I will take it as a, replace a by a, b, this b as it is. Now I will take a tends to epsilon, so it will be a, b, b. Next this b is replaced by b, b, c. Next time if I apply b tends to epsilon, it will be a, b, b. See the string derived for this particular language. Next we will go for the second type of, that is to generate a string with two regions in some fixed order and that must correspond to each other. So, we go for generating outside in. So, for that how we write the grammar? Take one example. I is equals to same language a raised to I, b raised to j, c raised to k, where I is equals to j plus k. So, I have a raised to I, b raised to j, c raised to k, wherein what? Substituting I is equals to j plus k. So, I will write a raised to k, a raised to j, I is equals to j plus k, and this b raised to j and c raised to k as it is. Now, if you see, you have two regions, but one is the outer region and the other one is the inner region. Outer region a raised to k, c raised to k, and inner region a raised to j and b raised to j. So, how you will write for this? So, one will take one variable for the outer region, another variable for the inner region. At that time, the rules will be S tends to A, C, because it has to go in the loop for k number of times A, S, C, or the inner variable is A. And now what is A? A is A raised to j, B raised to A. So, A, B or epsilon. So, this is the second type of generating the rules. So, this way we can go for generating any number of languages. We will take one more. By combining two languages we have written already. So, if you see here, language 2 is A raised to n, B raised to n. Language 3 is W raised to R. So, I will write a new language combining these two as A raised to n, W raised to R, B raised to n, where n is greater than or equal to 0. If you see here, A raised to n, B raised to n outer loop and W raised to R as the inner loop. So, how will write the production rules for this? S tends to A, S, B or A, where A is what? W raised to R already we have written A or B, or epsilon. So, this is the second type. There are many more languages. We will discuss two more languages. L is equals to A raised to n, B raised to m, where n is not equal to m. A bit different from the previous languages. You have number of all A's first, then all B's, but what? Number of A's is not equal to number of B's. So, number of A's is not equal to number of B's means what? N is not equal to m. When n is not equal to m? When either n is greater than m or m is greater than n, at these two possibilities. Now, coming to this one, n is greater than m. How I can say n is greater than m? First take both n and m equal and then what to do? Make n greater. So, we will have for this n is equals to m and n as greater. Similarly, this end n and m, I want m to be greater than n. So, what to do? First n and m are equal and then make m greater. So, n is equals to m and m is greater. So, at that time how you will write the rules for this? S tends to, we have two possibilities, that is n greater than m as A, or one more possibility is m greater than n, that is B. So, previous languages we concatenated, whereas here we have two options, either this or that. So, either A or B. So, what is A? A is what? number of A's must be equal to number of B's, and A's first then B's. It is nothing but A raised to n, B raised to n. So I have A, B, or now n greater. N greater means number of A's must be greater. So minimum I must have one A greater than B or more than one A. So minimum one A is A. If more than one A, it will be A. Similarly, for OR part, or M is greater than N, that is we have written N is equals to M. So again A, B, B, or M greater. M greater, it means number of B's must be greater. That is minimum one or more number of B's must be greater. So at that time minimum one or more number of B's. So this will be the grammar or the rules for language A raised to n, B raised to m, where n is not equal to m. So we will see few more examples. These are the languages we discussed just now: A raised to n, B raised to n, C raised to m. Okay, we have written the grammar and we have derived a string. Similarly, next example was A raised to I, B raised to j, C raised to k, where j is equals to I plus k. Here also we concatenated two regions. Next, in the third example, we had outside in, wherein outer region was A raised to k, C raised to k, and inner region is A raised to j, B raised to j. Then one more example of outer inside region, that is A raised to n, B raised to n as the outer region, and W raised to r as the inner region. One more example is number of A's equal to number of B's. Possible strings in this language are epsilon, AB, BA, ABBA, AABB, BABA, BABA, and so on. And the grammar is, since till now we have written number of A's equal to number of B's and all A's first. So at that time we had only one rule, that is S tends to A, S, B, and S tends to epsilon. But right now that A may occur first or B may occur first. So if A occurs first, then we have a rule A, S, B. If B occurs first, then we have B, S, A. And if they are mixed like A, B, B, A, B, A, B, A, then we have S tends to S, S. So these are the four rules written for the language: equal number of A's and B's. One more we have seen, that is A raised to n, B raised to m, where n is not equal to m. So we have written S tends to A or B. A is for more number of A's and B is for more number of B's. We will take one more language, A raised to I, B raised to j, where 2i is equals to 3j plus 1. What do you mean by this? I have A raised to I, B raised to j such that I will be having only strings of A raised to I, B raised to j such that 2i is equals to 3j plus 1. So when it is possible, for example, if I have 2 A's and 1 B, that is I is equals to 2 and j is equals to 1. If I substitute I is equals to 2 and j is equals to 1, I will get 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 1 plus 1 is equals to 4. So the first string I obtained is A raised to 2, B raised to 1. Similarly, the next string is A raised to 5, B raised to 3. Next string is A raised to 8, B raised to 5, wherein both LHS and RHS are equal to 16, and so on. So the possible strings in this language will be A raised to 2, B raised to 1, A raised to 5, B raised to 3, A raised to 8 and B raised to 5, and so on. So what will be the possible rules for this language? First one, do we have epsilon in this language? No. So we will not go for deriving epsilon. Then what is the first rule in this language? First rule is L is equals A raised to 2, B raised to 1. Then the first string will be 2 A's and 1 B. Then if you compare the first string with the second string, what is the difference? Number of A's difference is 3 and number of B's difference is 2. So the possible rules in this language are: first string A raised to 2 B, and next the difference in between these two is 3 A's and 2 B's. Hence the rules are S tends to 3 A's, yes, 2 B's or AAB. So, when we go for deriving a string, say suppose I go for deriving 5 A's and 3 B's. So, first what you will do, S tends to apply the first rule, 3 A's and 2 B's, you have yes. Now, if I go for substituting S as AAB, I will get 5 A's and 3 B's.